Good day, and keep enjoying our sessions with the superwoman of the travel industry, brought to you by The Dope. This is Ranjini Nambiar, bringing to you a bright and illustrious lady all the way from the capital city of Delhi. Today's superwoman is Radhika Khanijo, founder of Welgrow Travels. Radhika views travel from a different perspective, unlike most people. Ever since she was young, Radhika would travel with her parents. An annual vacation was always on the cards for them and was one of the biggest highlights of their life. This changed when she got married. She realized that there is a certain void in her life that could only be fulfilled with travel. She is the founder of Delhi-based Welgrow Travels, an extremely popular travel agency. This is so unlike others in the same business. She is a preferred partner with all the luxury brands like Four Seasons, Peninsula, Starwood, Aussie Specialist, and many more. Proud member of the international bodies like Traveler Made and Pure. She was one of the first ones to achieve all these accreditations. Welgrow Travels Private Limited is a private travel designer which has been providing travel-related services since 1997 and offering bespoke experiences across the globe. Welcome, Radhika Khanijo, to our show. Hi, Radhika.
Hi, Ranjini. Thank you so much for inviting me to the wonderful show. Dope has really been doing an amazing job. And it's such a great thing to see all the superwomen on one platform. It's an amazing thing. I've never seen this in so many years.
Absolutely. Radhika, tell us a little bit about your past journey and how has it been? I know I've just known that you started it all by yourself, but did you have a travel experience? Did you work elsewhere, or this was your entrepreneurial venture?
Like all other women from travel background, I had no travel background. My journey started with my dad, and it started when I was in school. So he was from poultry background, and we had poultry farms. But he was a very active member of president of Lions Club, Rotary Club, and he used to make sure that whenever he's traveling for conferences and for all other things, he used to take me. I was the eldest daughter, so he used to take me everywhere with him. So I used to really love traveling with him. So we two girls and my brother. So two sisters and one brother. And my brother is like 14 years younger to us. So he came much later.
Okay.
I used to travel everywhere with him. So I was more like a tomboy. I was never treated like a girl. So I used to love it. So my entrepreneurial journey started with him. So, and even in our summer vacations, we never used to be without work. He always used to take me to his office, invite me, no, you have to come to my office and learn. So I was always with him, literally, whenever I was free from my school. So after I passed out my university from Delhi University, I did my political science honors, and I was working with him for a year in his office. But then I said, no, it's like working with him was like I was not getting exposure to the outer world. So I said, okay, let me try something which is something like working with somebody else. So I applied for a school job which came in the newspaper. So I got through. I didn't do B.Ed also, and I got through a job in Summerfield School. Summerfield was a very new school that time. And I just applied, and went for a first interview ever in my life, and I got through the job. So I went there, and I was the youngest teacher there. So somehow I had done political science honors. So the principal got very impressed with me, and she just gave me like standard 8, 9, 10th for, social studies. Okay, you start from next month and you join us. And I was super excited that I've achieved something. So I took over that job. So 1.5 years I was teaching as a teacher, and it gave me a lot of high that I was earning something on my own. And that was like 1,800 rupees I used to get as a teacher, but that was also quite a bit. Then I just got married in our family friends only, and that also was like my father's friends, and we just got married, and they were also in poultry background only. So okay, and it was a big joint family. So I had an arranged marriage, and they were around 14 people in one big house. So it was entirely a new thing for me, going into a big family, adjusting. But okay, I got adjusted. In first year only, I had my first baby girl. So first year went in that. But after that, it was impossible for me to sit without work, because I had always been on toes and working. I was never used to sitting at home. And then I said, okay, I have to do something. So one of my husband's childhood friend, came over in summer vacations, and he said, I'm very short staffed, and would you want to come and do something, like help me out? I said, yeah, sure. So he was from travel. I joined him for like 15 days. And I really found that, okay, it is something which is interesting. And after finishing 15 days, and I told my husband, I want to start something in travel. But I had no background of travel. So he said, you have no travel background. How would you do that? But if you want to do, you can start from the garage. So we had a garage, and I just decided, I told my father, I'm going to put a table, send me a table and a chair, and I'm going to start my travel agency. And that's how I started, from a garage with one person. I did my ITA course. Early morning, I used to go for ITA course, and that's how I started my business.
Okay.
But I never wanted to do something which everyone is doing. So I started with business class tickets. The first ticket I did was 2 business class tickets.
Okay.
And I wanted to do something which is different and it's not in the market. So
Sure.
I was doing my ITA course, and side by side, I was trying to find out clients. So I started my work. First client I found was my neighbors, and I started with their business class tickets.
Okay.
I met them. I went to them, and I said, I want your help, and they were generous enough to give me their business. So I started with their account, and until today I have their account. So basically, everything is based. What I want to say is based on relationship. So my USP has been relationship from that day till today. Luckily, 80% of it's been 23 years, but 80% of my clients are with me since 23 years.
Wow.
So that's
Very
what
good.
I have been working on and investing on. So that from garage, I went to my basement because I expanded. And earlier I used to do everything. I started with everything, ticketing and visas and student trips and everything. But then gradually, but of course, in that also, I wanted to do something I used to add value. I never wanted to do something basic, because basic I was not interested in ever. So whatever I used to do, I used to add value to that and find something better I used to give something better to the client. So,
Sure.
so gradually, then I started filtering that.
Okay.
Student business, I don't want to do. Mice, I don't want to do. So I gradually, in the years, in like 5 years, then I started filtering my products. No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Gradually, I started filtering. I became member of different bodies, travel bodies, and travel also started evolving. So that's how my journey began, and I started expanding, and that's how
Brilliant.
it happened.
That's a very interesting journey. I mean, honestly, it takes, a lot of determination to be in a market like Delhi as well, to stand there and work under such situations. Now, let's come to the next one, wherein a lot about India Fest 120th on our gender equality index or the gender neutrality. What do you feel about gender neutrality in our related to our industry?
I don't think it's. I believe that gender, regarding gender, men and women, there is nothing like that. In any of the fields, may it be travel or there is any inequality or equality, because I feel individual thing is what matters. One has to believe in himself or herself. It might be
Okay.
a boy or a girl. So I always believed in myself, and I say that to all my staff and my children. I have a daughter and I have a son. So I say that, and my staff, I have girls and boys working with me. So I say that to each and every one, that you have to have a belief in yourself and determination. There is nothing called boy or a girl. Everyone has to, it's all same. So
Absolutely.
so even in travel, I think uh, there is nothing like that. It's just in your mind. It's how you perceive. So it's how, if I say that, I mean, I find nothing like that, and there's no difference. If you believe in yourself, you can achieve anything. You're a boy or you're a girl. There is
Sure.
nothing like gender inequality or equality.
And yeah, well said. I mean, thought processes are indeed,
Yeah, it's all in the
different.
mind. Yeah,
Yeah, it's all in your mind. It's all in
yeah,
your mind. How
yeah.
you have to make it up into the
Yeah,
thing. Now,
if
moving on to,
if you
sorry.
keep making excuses in your head that I am a woman and I can't do it, it's all your mistake. I feel that it's just a reason you give it to yourself. Or I am a man and I can't do this. Again, it's an excuse. Every man and every woman can do anything if you just have a belief that you can do it.
And regarding the trends of the global millennial traveler, I think a lot of focus has been on a millennial traveler. Have you scaled up or reinvented yourself to attract these businesses?
Yeah, so I just a few months back, just before COVID, and like few months back, even I felt the same, that millennial travel is the trend. So I
Okay.
came up on my website. If you go through that, and a lot of people did actually. I came up on the homepage itself. I came up with 50 shades of millennials.
Okay.
It's right on my homepage, and it says a lot about it. So there are a lot of 50 adventure
Advert.
tours which we came up with for
Okay.
millennials, and they really attract a lot of millennials. So
Very good.
that's how, like, it's become very popular with us.
So, Radhika, coming to the current situation in the travel and tourism industry, how has the lockdown and COVID-19 affected your business and you personally?
Yeah, so COVID has actually affected everyone globally, and it was just a stop for everyone. But yeah, we all have to reboot once the travel starts. And it is actually starting now, slowly and gradually. But 5 months, yeah, first very tough to handle everything and without work. But yes, we made sure that they are fully equipped, they are trained and equipped with webinars, but also just not the travel webinars. So what I did, since I'll go back to my children first and I'll connect with this question. So I have a daughter and I have a son. So my daughter has just finished her MBBS and she's a doctor now. And my son is 20 years and he's just doing economics from University of Toronto. So when I was applying for my daughter's medicine in India, it was really tough to get admission. So that time I had experienced everything, how to get admission. So while during COVID, I just thought, why not find a way out. For there's so many students who want to apply MBBS and they don't get admission in Delhi, and they are looking to become a doctor. So I started with another education vertical. which education, which is education by Welgrow, and I started with only MBBS, and now and so I told my staff to work on that. So these 5 months, the staff was working on contracting with various different countries like Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, for MBBS. So we are now working on that vertical as well. So that's how we have done it.
Brilliant, brilliant. That's
So
a good.
we'll be helping students to take admission in different countries for MBBS.
In fact, this was something which I was giving a lecture on: alternative tourism, or alternative, or in times of business,
Yeah.
in terms of these kind of epidemic or a pandemic. One needs to have the travel industry is the first to go down. I mean, first to be affected. So it's always good to have a sustainable model, a different industry which you can parallelly run with. Because being an entrepreneur once, it's easier to start another, a firm.
Definitely.
And what are the views on the future? Will travel be the same after we fight the pandemic?
I feel it's going to be same very soon.
Okay.
Very soon it's going to be same. I mean, I know in industry, a lot of people are saying it's going to take a lot of time, and it'll take like 2.5 years. I've been hearing this from a lot of people, but I feel personally that my travelers, at least, they are really frustrated and they are really wanting to travel. So I feel that travel, for at least in the luxury space, it's going to come back and bounce back very fast.
That's a very optimistic one. Amen to that.
So
Amen to
that's
that.
what I feel. I have a strong belief. It's going to be another few months, just 2-3 months, and we are going to be back to 2019 figures.
Sure. Are you also part of some organizations in Delhi based on, do you take part in, any of the organizational activities, travel tourism organizations?
So I'm part of almost all organizations of travel, and also I'm part of CII and IWN Women Organization, and I'm part of all travel bodies. So I try to do, and though I'm not very active as in travel shows and everything, but yeah, I give my whatever I can, little bit everywhere.
Super.
Yes.
And what would be your parting comments?
I would want to give all the girls, especially who would want to come into travel industry, and also all the boys or girls that believe in yourself, be committed and be focused, and you can achieve whatever you want to, and be positive always. No matter, all of us have hurdles, all of us go through ups and downs in life, but never give up. That's the key thing. Never give up in life, and you can achieve everything what you want to. So that's what I want to say.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us at the Dope. And we loved having you on our show.
Thank you so much, Ranjini. Thank you.
And for all our viewers, I'm sure you would find this very interesting. And please do like, share, and subscribe to the Superwoman of the travel industry. So for now, it's a bye from me.